Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inshallah, I thought the best way of just reviewing was just to go through do some practice tests for ACT. So I picked this one because I don't think we've done this one before. So here I'm going to try to go to the first 20 questions and then it's a bit more bite size, inshallah. So let's dive into it. You probably want to do these on your own before you listen to this, so it'll be more fruitful for you, inshallah. So, two enterprising college students decide to start a business. They'll make up and deliver a helium balloon. That's an interesting business. Bouquet for special occasions. It will cost them this much. It will cost them that much to purchase a machine to fill the balloons with helium. They estimate that it will cost them additional $2 to buy the balloons of helium and the ribbon that they need to make each balloon bouquet. Which of the following expressions could be used to model the total cost for producing bee balloons bouquet? So this is what the total question is. Easy enough, I think. So the total cost is going to be the cost of buying the machine, which is $39.99. And then you're going to have to buy balloons. How many balloons they're going to buy? It's going to depend on which party they're going to. So, but each balloon is going to be $2 like that. So the total cost is going to be one-time cost of the machine and $2 for each set of balloons. So that's the total cost, and that's represented here by A. Question number 2. What is the value of the expression this when x is 5 and y is -1? So when x is 5, y is -1, you substitute that, you get 5 minus -1, and that's squared. So the only thing to be careful here about is, of course, these double negatives. So y is -1, and if you're not careful, then you could make a mistake. So that's 6 squared, that's 36. Question number 3. On the first day of school, Mr. Villani gave his 3rd grade students 5 new words to spell. So the first day he gave them 5 words. On each day of the school after that, he gave the students 3 new words to spell. In the first 20 days, how many new words had he given the students to spell? So the first day he gives them 5. And after that, see, he gives them like 3 and 3 and 3 like this. So first day he gives them 5, and then the subsequent days he gives them 3. So for the first 20 days, he's going to have 5 plus 3 times what's going to be 19 days left, right? So it's going to be 5 plus 3 times 90. So that's 5 plus, this is 3, 60, 57. And 62, so I believe it is 62. If I don't have a calculator in front of me, but if you did have a calculator, I believe that would be the math. Okay. Okay. Now this question, number 4, which of the following is equivalent to this? This is basically asking us if do you appreciate the properties of exponents, okay? In this case, the 3c will be distributed to both the 4 and the x. So it'll be 4x squared. Okay, that's cubed. So this will become, that will become 4 cubed, because the 3 will be distributed there, times x to the 6th power, 3 times 2. Okay, 4 cubed is 16 times 4, 16 times 4, that's 64, times x cubed. Okay. So that is 3 times, x to the 6th, I'm sorry. That is this over here, G. This, I want to take this opportunity just to review some exponential properties. So this question asks you basically, if you understand this, a to the m to the power n equals a to the m times n. Okay, so if you have x to the 5th, okay, to the 7th, that's x to the 35. And then it also asked you at the same time, a times b to the m. This is a to the n times b to the m. So the m is both distributed to both of these. The other properties of exponents is, of course, a to the m times a to the n. Okay, that's a to the m plus n, correct? And then a to the m over a to the n is a to the m minus n, right? And then a to the negative m is 1 over a to the m, and a to the 0 is 1. Okay, so those are properties of exponents. Let me just reiterate those. A to the m times a to the n is a to the m plus n, and you have a to the m divided by a to the n is a to the m minus n. If you have a to the m to the power n is a to the m times n. And then if you have a to the a times b to the m, you distribute the m to both. So that's a to the m times b to the m. Okay, and then a to the 0 is 1. One thing I just wanted to bring to your attention, and be careful, let's see, it's like this, minus 2x cubed to the third, okay? Then you see you distribute the 3 to both of these, okay? That's negative 2 cubed times x to the 9. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8, okay? X to the 9. So you have to be careful with these, with signs, etc. So you don't make silly mistakes. Okay, so back to our questions. Number 5. Which of the following lists all the positive factors of 8? So factors of 8 are, well, what goes in 8? Well, 1 goes in 8. 2 goes in 8, 4 goes in 8, and 8 goes. These are all factors of 8. So that's easy enough. Which of the following is equivalent simplified expression for this? This is testing basically if you can distribute and then simplify. Let's distribute and simplify. And it's also testing whether or not you can do progressive logical reasoning. In baby steps, don't forget. So 8x plus 14, now then it's negative 3 that's being distributed, see? So it's negative 6x plus 12. If you are not careful, then you would make the silly mistake here. There's a negative and a negative, so a negative times negative is positive 12. So 8 minus 6x, that's 2x. 14 plus 12 is 26. I believe that's the answer. I did check these answers before. I'm pretty sure it's correct. It's the second time I'm doing these, so because I don't want to give you wrong answers, you know. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So to determine a student's overall test score for the semester, Mrs. Lopez, she's so nice. Mrs. Lopez throws out the lowest score and takes the average of the remaining test scores. So Victor earns the following test scores in Miss Lopez's class this semester, and 62, 78, 83, 84, 93. What overall test score did Victor earn in Mrs. Lopez's class? Well, she's so nice, as I said, she's going to throw out that 68. Then the average is going to be 78 plus 83 plus 84 plus 93 divided by 4. I believe that comes out to be 83.5. You can check that. Uptown Cable Company. Okay, Uptown Cable, a cable TV provider, charges each customer $120. Nice $120. Okay, just for the installation of their fine entertainment system. $120 for installation, and they charge $25 per month for cable programming. So they just install their system. They charge $120, and they charge $25 per month for the programming. And there's their competitor, Downtown Cable Company. They charge their $60 for installation, so they charge much less. But then they drain you after that because they charge $35 per month for programming. Okay, so A customer who signs up with Uptown will pay the same total, okay, for cable company, for cable TV company as a customer who signs up for Downtown if each pays for installation and cable program for how many months. If you pay attention to algebra, which I'm sure you understand, this is one of those questions that we've done before. And this is what's happening, okay? For the Uptown people, the total charge, the total charge for the Uptown people, see, is $120 upfront plus $25 per month. M is for monthly charge, okay? And for the Downtown people, the total charge with the total is going to be only $60 upfront and $35 a month, okay? So that's going to be, but then, you know, these people are going to catch up because they're paying higher monthly charges. So there will come a time when they will have paid equal amounts. Okay, the question is, when will that be? So, well, we can find out when the total is the same. So you just make the amount to be the same. 120 plus 25, that's M per month, equals 60 plus 35. When are the total amounts that they pay going to be equal? So you set them to be equal. I subtract 25 from both sides, I get 10M over here. Subtract 60 from both sides, I get 60 over here. Divide by 10, I get M to be 6. So after 6 months, they would have paid equal amounts. So they would have paid this much. After 6 months, they would be the same. After that, see, the Downtown people, these people pay monthly charge, they'll be paying more overall. So even though they charge more in the beginning, after 6 months, these people will be paying much less. So if these people, if they do their math, and you remember their algebra, they would save money in their programming. All right. Question number 9. In the 8-sided figure below, adjacent sides meet at right angles. That's nice. And the lengths given are in meters. What is the perimeter of the figure in meters? Okay, so we're asked to find the perimeter. So in other words, this plus 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 this. Okay, this is a favorite question to ask because an innocent little child might say, oh, well, I have to figure out how much this is. I don't know what that is. And that's X, and I don't know that's this. No, it's not like that, okay? This question is easier than that. Because we're told that these are our right angles, okay? Because this figure can be redrawn using the same. If you can imagine this being like sticks that can be moved around, okay? This stick can be moved over here, this stick can be moved over here, this stick can be moved over here, and this stick can be moved over here. Then you have a nice figure like this, okay? If you can imagine these to be like sticks that can be moved around. So now you have this figure which is a rectangle, which is in fact actually it is a square because this stick is 8, so 12 plus 8 is 20. So this is 20 by 20 square. We're asked, be careful, we're asked for perimeter. Okay, the second mistake somebody might make, okay, is we're asked 20 by 20. Oh, that's right, it's easy. The area is 400. Well, that's the area. Area side square. We asked for the perimeter, which is 4 times the side, okay, which is 20 times 4. So the answer is 80. So the perimeter is 80. Okay. Moving on, number 10. The sum of the real numbers x and y is 11. The difference is 5. What is the value of x, y? Okay, so we're told that the sum of these two real numbers, x plus y, is 11. Their difference is 5, which means x minus y is 5. We are asked to find out what x times y is. Well, to do that, we have to solve for x and y. So, easy enough. Just add the two equations. This is elimination method. So 2x equals 16, x is equal to 8. So now we know what x is. X plus y, that's 8 plus y is 11. So y is 3. So now we know what x is 8 and y is 3. But if in haste, if somebody did, 8, and they go look over here, 8, and then they go circle that, but that would be wrong because they didn't ask for x and they didn't ask for y. They didn't even ask for yx. They asked what's x times y. Well, x times y is 8 times 3, and that is 24. Next, for all x, what's this? What's the value of the quantity 3x plus 7 squared? Well, that's this rule. See, a plus b squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, now that's the formula that you need to know. In this case, a is 3x and b is 7, so it would be 3x squared plus 2 times 3x, which is a, times b, which is 7, okay, plus b squared, which is 7 squared is 49. Okay, now this is 9x squared plus the 6 times 4, okay, that's 42, and x plus 49. So the answer is this. Now, if you didn't know this, see, if you didn't know this, you could still do it like this, okay? Well, 3 times x, 3x plus 7 times 3x plus 7, okay? Then you can FOIL this, first, outer, inner, last. So first is 9x squared, so FOIL. First, that's this times this. Outer, this is this, that's 21x. Inner, that's 21x plus last, which is 49. And if you simplify this, you get the same thing, 9x squared plus 42x plus 49. Okay, so you got to know this. Now, just as a review, so a plus b squared is a squared plus 2 times 8 times b plus b squared, okay? And then if you have a minus b squared, that's a squared minus 2 times 8 times b plus b squared. And then finally, the other special case is a plus b times a minus b, and that is a squared minus b squared. These are just things that you got to know. You know, it's very mucho important, aren't they? Very important, okay? And you have to be able to use these. See, there are some things in algebra you have to invest some time in and really know how to do. And one of them is you have to know how to FOIL, you have to know how to factor, okay, trinomials, and you have to know these 3 special cases. You can't like escape these. You know, if you take any math class anywhere, you know, of any repute, then you encounter these. You gotta know. Okay, let's go back. Okay, that was that. Number 12. What is the slope of the line through those 2 points in the standard xy coordinate plane or the Cartesian plane? So the slope, of course, is change in y over change in x. Do yourself a favor, write that. Change in y is 7 minus 2, change in x, 6 minus 5. So here's a trap for little children who like to forget negative signs and make silly mistakes, okay? So it is change in y, 7 minus 2, change in x, 6 minus 5, okay? So that's 5 over 11, okay? This is 5 over 11, I believe, and that's the answer. Number 13. 1/3 k, this is 1/3 k plus 1/4 k equals 1. Then solve for k. Now there are 2 ways of doing this, okay? You can add these 2 fractions, okay, which is not that bad, okay? Let's do that. So let me just write this over here because it'll be easier. So 1/3 k plus 1/4 k equals 1. Now, you know, you can't be panicking with these fractions, all right? You know, it's really, so just get the denominators to be the same. This one you multiply top and bottom by 4, and this one you multiply top and bottom by 3, okay? So that's going to be 4 over 12 plus 3 over 12 is 4 over 12k plus 3 over 12k equals 1. That is, then you add them together. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 over 12k equals 1. Now to solve this, you have to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Say reciprocal. Multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Not one side, but both sides. Okay? So then these cancel. So k is going to be 12 over 7. Okay? That's one way of doing this problem. Now, another way of doing the same problem is this. 1/3 k plus 1/4 k equals 1, right? So what I do is, okay, 4 times 3 is 12. I multiply the whole equation by 12, okay? Right? Same thing as this, basically. So you get 4k plus 3k equals 12. Okay, 7k equals 12. K is 12 over 7. Okay? But either way, don't panic with the fractions. Just do progressive logical reasoning. Just baby steps. Just do it. All right. So let's go back. So we got, what do you get? 12 over 7. 12 over 7, I think. Right. So that's this answer. 13. Okay. Let's do number 14. What is the length in feet of the hypotenuse of the right triangles that legs are 6 feet and 7 feet long? That is 6 and 7. We are asked to find this, which is C. Okay, well, Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared. Pythagorean theorem says the sum of the square of the legs equals the hypotenuse squared. So C squared is going to be 7 squared plus 6 squared. So C squared is 49 plus 36. So C squared is 85. So C is the square root of 85. It's plus or minus 85, but the triangle is not going to have negative square root of 85. I think there's supposed to be a square root sign over here. 85. Let's see if there's a square root of 85. 9.21. Did they give that? So I think there should be a square. There's a sign over there. Okay. This question. The hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F. No, first of all, hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F, shown below, the hexagon, was drawn on a grid with unit squares. Means each of these squares, side length is 1. Each vertex is at the intersection of 2 grid lines. That's just to tell you that these are nice figures. Okay. What is the area of the hexagon in square units? Well, this one, you can do it like, I can divide it into, I don't know, there's different ways of doing it. Here, you can just divide it into different parts. See? You can divide it into this nice rectangle. And then this little triangle over here, like this. And then you have this nice rectangle over here. And then you have to divide again over here. Okay, and then you can just figure out the individual area. Okay, so this is 2 units by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 by 2. That's 10. 10 square units right there. And over here you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 2 by 3. That is 6 units over here. Okay. And this little triangle over here, okay, this triangle, you see that here, it's like 1 over here, and there's little 2 baby triangles that makes 1 triangle. It's basically like 2 squares over there. If you didn't appreciate it, you could do 1/2 the base, which is 2, times height, which is 2. That'll give you 2. But they're basically 2 squares over here. It's 1 full square and 2 half square. That gives you 2 squares. All right, and then you have 1 over here. And this one is 2 by 1. That's like 1/2 the base, which is 1, times the height, which is 2. So this is 1. Okay? Now you add them all up. So it's 10 plus 6, that's 16, plus 2, that's 2, 3, and 4. That's that, right? Yeah. That sounds good, right? Yeah, that's 20. Let's see. Number 16, I like this one. In the figure below, AD is perpendicular. These are perpendicular. It tells us in the figure. They don't have to even tell us that because it's marked right there. AD is perpendicular BD. You go, I didn't even have to say that because it's marked. If it was not marked, you would have to be told that. Yeah, then you would have to put that symbol there. But it's given. But anyways. We'll forgive. And to be AC is perpendicular to BD over here. That's also marked. And then they say AD is congruent to BC. AD is congruent to BC. Okay, that's good. Which of the following consequence is not necessarily true? Okay, see, well, here we have triangles. We're trying to prove triangles together. So now we have these sides common. See, when you have these two triangles right here is going to be congruent to this triangle over here, see? So those two triangles are going to be congruent, okay? So once those triangles are congruent, then you have CPCTC, see? CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So we prove these triangles to be congruent. Triangle ADB and triangle BCA. We have proved how? Hypotenuse leg. Hypotenuse, because they're a right triangle, for God's sake. See, how else going to use it? Hypotenuse. This is AB is the hypotenuse to both of them. AB is a hypotenuse to both of them, okay? It's congruent. And you have a leg over here that's congruent. This is the leg that's congruent. It's common to both of them. And this is a so by hypotenuse leg, these two triangles are congruent. After that, it's all CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So let's see what we can get from there. AC is congruent to BD. AC is congruent to BD. Now that flows because of CPCTC. So that works. AD is congruent to AE. So AD is congruent. That's not true. Okay. In fact, you can prove that to be not true. Okay. AD is congruent because if you look at this small triangle, okay, all right, that's a right triangle. How is the hypotenuse is going to be equal to the leg of this little small triangle? You see that is a right triangle. Right? This is a right triangle. This is the hypotenuse of a right triangle. So you can actually prove that that's not true, okay? But let's say you didn't know that, okay? This is a question mark, okay? You move on. AE is congruent to BE. AE is congruent to BE. That is true, okay? And I'll tell you why that is true. Now, that is true because these two angles are congruent. That's by CPCTC, that this angle is the tip angle of this triangle, and this angle is the tip angle of this triangle right there. Since those two are congruent, the sides opposite them are congruent, okay? That's this theorem, base angle theorem. Remember the base angle theorem? The base angles are congruent, the sides opposite them are congruent, okay? So that is actually true. Angle DAB is congruent to CBA. That is true, okay? But that's also because of CPCTC. That's congruent to this. That's because of CPCTC. So that is true. Angle EAB is congruent to EBA. That's also true because of CPCTC. So by exclusion, you get this to be the case. And that's if that's how you got that to be the case, that's perfectly all right. At this juncture, I want to review how to prove triangles congruent. Remember, we talked about this. So you can come up with any permutation of side, angle, side, and side, angle, side, as long as you don't spell a bad word, right? So you can prove two triangles congruent by side, angle, side, angle, and angle, side. Okay, when I say, you can't prove by angle, side, because that spells a bad word. Astaghfirullah. We don't do that kind of stuff, okay? And finally, hypotenuse legs. So you can come up with any permutation of these. Notice I said permutation, not combination. The combination of these two would be considered the same. Anyways, so any permutation of these, and as long as you don't spell a bad word, then you're okay. Now, what does this mean, for example? This means that if you're trying to prove two triangles to be congruent, this is what you have to show, okay? Side, angle, side. You have to show that one side and the included angle and another side are congruent. if there are two triangles such that two sides and the included two corresponding sides and the included angle are congruent, then these two triangles are congruent. See, and then once you prove these two triangles congruent, then this side is congruent, CPCTC, to this side. Okay, that side is congruent to this side. You can prove that. And then this angle is congruent to this angle, and this angle is congruent to that angle. That's all by CPCTC. So that's what it means. And angle side angle means if you have two triangles, okay, such that, okay, there are two angles, okay, are congruent, and the included side is congruent, then these two triangles are congruent like that. Okay, and angle side, okay, and hypotenuse leg. Now, before this, let me not just hurry this because it's so important. Angle side means if you have one triangle, this angle is congruent, okay, and this is another angle that's congruent, and then this side is congruent, okay. Then these two triangles are congruent, angle side, okay. So, and hypotenuse leg is only for proving right triangles to be congruent. So for this, you have to be told that you have right triangles. You can't use this for non-right triangles. How do you have hypotenuse and non-right triangles in the first place, right? Anyway, so you have to have two right triangles to use hypotenuse leg. If the hypotenuse leg says if you have a right triangle such that the hypotenuse of the first one is congruent to the hypotenuse of the second one, and one of the legs is congruent to one of the legs of the other one, then these two triangles are congruent. That's hypotenuse leg. Okay, so this is how you prove triangles to be congruent. And this question also tested to you appreciate the base angle theorem. The base angle theorem says if the two base angles of a triangle are congruent, okay, then the sides opposite them are congruent. So if these two are congruent, okay, then the angles then the sides opposite them are congruent. And the converse of that is if the sides of triangles are congruent, if you have a isosceles triangle, then the angles opposite them are congruent. Okay, so this is the base angle theorem. Gotta know. Okay, that's this question that I like very much. It's a good question, I thought. Now look, number 17. Leticia went into a discount music store because she didn't know any better. And Leticia went into a discount music store, forgive her for that, to price CDs. All CDs were discounted 23%. So they're 23% off. Leticia wanted to program her calculator so she can input the marked price and the discounted price would be the output. So she wants to input the marked price and she wants to push one button and it will give you the discounted price. Okay, which of the following is an expression for the discounted price? So the discounted price is going to be, well, if something is 20% off, okay, you take the price of the stuff and you subtract 23% of it. Okay, that's easy as that. That's how you get a discount. I mean, if you can't go to Target or Walmart and not know how to figure a discounted price, 20% off means you take the 20% of the original price and subtract it from the original price. Okay, that's this. So that's, I think, is A. But let me elaborate on this, okay, because it's so important. This is actually quite important. So watch. So if this is, let's say, the price of something, okay. So if this is like the price of something, all right, and you're told that you have like 25% off, okay, that means that's how much of the cost that's being sliced, right? Well, how much is left? If 25% off means you have 75% that you gotta pay. If the original price is P, okay, the final price you're gonna have to pay is gonna be 0.75 of P, right? So that's how much you're gonna have to pay. So if the original price is P, the whole thing is P, if it's 25% off, means you pay that much. If it's 20% off, you're going to end up paying 80%, which is 0.8 times P. You follow? So now, how do you that? I think it's visually this is as it's easy to just understand it like this, you know. Or how I was saying, you take the original price and subtract, you know, 25% of the price. Okay, that's, you know, that's this. Okay. So we have 8 minutes left. We better hurry up. Okay. Now, that's 17. Question number 18 says, in the figure below, A, B, D, they're all collinear, these guys. That's good to know. If angle CAD is 76, and BCD is 47, BCD is 47, and CBA, that's this, is 140, what is the degree measure of ACD? That's X. Okay? Charge. It's easy enough, you know. What's 140? Supplementary. That's 40. Okay? Now you see, look at the big triangle over here. ACB. It's a big, huge triangle over there. Okay? So if you look at that triangle, everything has to add up to 180, okay? So X plus 47 plus 76 plus 40 equals 180. Okay? Then you just solve for X. I forget what this comes out to be. I think it comes out to be 17. Well, let's just do it, okay? So 180 minus 40 minus 47 minus 76, and that's 17. So the answer is 17. Okay? All right. Miss Lewis plans to drive 900 miles to her vacation destination. It's a long drive. Drive an average of 50 miles per hour. Okay, that's, you know, she's taking the time. Okay, so how many miles per hour faster must she drive while driving to reduce her total driving time by 3 hours? Okay, this is rate times time. This is where we're going. So let's see. So she is going to drive. So rate times times equals distance. First trip. So distance is 900. Her rate initially is 50. If she does this, okay, how long does it take? If she drives 50 miles per hour, like this is going to take her, if you divide both sides by 50, you get 18 hours. That's a long drive. Okay, now she wants to speed up a little bit so she can cut this time down a little bit. Okay, she wants to cut the time down by 3 hours, so she wants to do it in 15 hours. Well, rate times time equals distance still. That hasn't changed. Last time I checked. So we're trying to figure out how much the rate. Let's see, figure out the rate. So rate time is 15 equals distance still the same, 900. Okay, so what's 900 divided by 15? 900 divided by 15, that's going to be 60. So her rate is going to be 60 miles per hour. She's going to speed up. But the question asked, okay, how much should she increase her speed to? Okay, so 60. So she was going at 50, and she's got to go 60. She's got to go up, speed up by 10. Okay, she's got to speed up by 10. Number 20 is, before I go on to number 20, I just want to go back to this one. It's comment on this one a little bit. Just as a reminder, okay, about triangles. There's one theorem that's very important, and that's exterior angle theorem. This is the exterior angle. That's what it's called, okay? The exterior angle is the sum of two interior angles. This is a popular, easy theorem to remember. So if you're given like 40 and like 60 or whatever, and then this would be 100, because this is the sum of those two angles. This is the exterior angle theorem. Okay, you follow? So it's just a good theorem, Okay. That's number 19. Number 20, the last one before we take a break, inshallah, is this. Let's do this. For all positive integers x, what is the greatest common factor of two numbers, 261 and 180? See, they're saying the x is some number, okay? They're saying x is some number. And you want to find what's the greatest common factor of this and 180. Well, common factor means you can take, you can factor something out of this, right? That's what we do, factoring all the time. Now it's about to factor out. You have like 4x plus 12y. You can factor out of 4. You get x plus 3y. That's what factoring is. Here we have like big numbers. We have like 120. So what can we factor out? Okay, well, let's see. Well, you can factor out an x, that's for sure. Okay. But what goes into both of these? Okay, what number goes into both of them? Well, in this case, I would kind of cheat. Okay, these answers are out, right? Because you can factor out a number. So the question is, does 36 go into both of this, or 12 goes in? I'm just going there for 36. Does 36 go in 216? Let's figure out. So 216 divided by 36. Yeah, it goes 6 times. That's a factor. How about 180? Well, I know it does, but let's just go in by 180 divided by 36. Oh yeah, they both. So you can factor out a 36 from both of them, see? So you can factor out 36 from this, 36 from this, and x from this, and x from this. That's the answer. Okay. So these are not answers because this is just x and this is just numbers. I know I can factor an x. I know I can factor at least a 2, right? Because they're both even numbers. So that's the answer at 36. Inshallah, the next we'll take a break and then we'll come back and do the other questions. Until then, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah.